forget that.
They will have an impact, but it's not going to be the same sort of drastic level of impact as like a sniper or like those overshields that we've been seeing that kind of help those full team pushes. Many of these teams know how to back down and avoid those camos. We haven't really seen camos lead to like these killing sprees or 7-kill sprees or swings that we're used to with some other weapons. So I know it's gonna make that difference, but I would say overall it's gonna be how are these teams playing and positioning throughout the rest of this game. And this game is not starting off slow, I can tell you that, Wes. 9 kills on the board between the two teams combined within the first 30 seconds.
And that camo, it gets burned, so it's not going to have too much of an impact. 3 members of OpTic go down. And I honestly think, Dave, we didn't get a chance to talk about it, but it is very important Complexity figure out a way to gain some momentum here. Having lost the last 2 games, having everything on the line, elimination bracket, life for both these 2 teams, but Complexity has no momentum to roll off of that 4-0 they just experienced in the previous game 4. So we'll see if they can take a short lead here. It's an 8-7 lead early for OpTic Gaming, but still a lot left to be determined in game 5.
Yeah, so it looks like Monster, as I can see across the board, has a nice flank over onto the base, gets a kill onto APG, is behind enemy lines. We're gonna have to see how this affects the setup, but looks like Monster is dealt with, and OpTic have their base controlled once again, along with a 3-kill lead.
And this is kind of a rebound opportunity for OpTic entirely, because this is one of the map modes that they lost to FaZe on earlier in today. So you know that their Aquarius Slayers typically and traditionally strong, but losing it once already today has got to show that they have some chinks in the armor. Can they figure out a way to polish those out, scuff those out, and get back to the clean green wall we know? 13-12, still a 1-kill game. Complexity have done a phenomenal job so far to keep this game close, and as the second camouflage is about to pop, everyone's eyes are focused top middle.
Yeah, everyone's eyes are focused there, and I like this position from Cycle, but this position depends on your teammates staying alive above. All of a sudden, that brilliant position and help gets countered right on him, and this is such a difficult spot to be in, but as I say that, somehow everyone's getting cleared out. OpTic go all 4 down, and we got ourselves a lead here for Complexity, and I don't even know what happened to Camo. Did it just get burned during that exchange?
Yeah, absolutely. Tusk gets 2, finds damage onto a 3rd. Collect gets 2. Camo got burned by OpTic Gaming, so although it looked like a very advantageous position for OpTic at the start of the fight, Collect and Tusk step up big time. They get all 4 kills themselves. And look at the start for Tusk. 7-3-2. Game 5. He's had a lot of slander on his name for some game 5s back in the MCC days. No more. Tusk starting to step it up, and what a better time to do so than such an important qualifying tournament for his team. Complexity now in the lead by 4.
Yeah, let's be real. On the line here, this is more around Complexity fully qualifying, make sure they solidify their spot, make sure they have a decent seed, and this is more of a, I would say, an ego check here for OpTic. Are they going to come in as the #1 seed going into DreamHack, or are they going to falter and start to question a few things before this major land?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of competition out there. People have been putting in some work. The metas have changed a little bit, and there's a lot of threats to the throne right now. What are OpTic Gaming going to say about it? We're in game 5 here, 23-21. A push onto Pink is going to be a difficult one because Lucid playing his life so well here. Pink 1, able to allow his teammates to clean up the kills. He's going to be the distraction. Eventually, Tusk is able to push and take him down, but a trade will resort in OpTic Gaming getting out of an unfavorable situation positively because of Lucid's ability to stay alive.
Yeah, without a doubt, playing his life there. Just those extra seconds of time. There are so many different resources that Lucid extracted there. 1 is time where his teammates can shoot an opponent that are focused on to Lucid. 2 is grenades as a resource. Grenades being used to finish off for your teammates are grenades that opponent cannot use later in the game. And then 3rd is that positional advantage, drawing people towards bottom Pink.
All right, we asked ourselves, how would Camo influence this game, Dave? Right now, Cycle has the first real camouflage that hasn't been burned in his hands, and he's going to be top Pink. Damage onto a couple of players in the fridge is going to be exactly how Complexity trapped the first 2 players from OpTic Gaming. The last 2 are going to be top blue. Unfortunately for Complexity, they're not able to pick up these kills without suffering a few losses themselves. The game stays tied at 6 as camouflage runs out. Great
Great use of that camo as they're able to clear. First off, force OpTic over and towards Fridge and the base, and then clear them out without many losses. They had a great exchange there. Now how are they going to fare when they're on even footing? They had a 6-kill lead for a short period of time. That is now dwindled down to a 2-kill lead. So great answers from OpTic in the neutral game. They are all down low, but since they have number advantage, they can just jump right up on top of Car side and Pink side and continue the charge.
Still a 2-kill game. Make it a 3-kill game as Collect's able to trade it out, but a great melee by Formal when he's no shield, able to keep this game at just 2 kills. And right now, Complexity starting to throw away a few too many kills for my liking personally. This game on the edge of a knife as it crosses the 37 kill marker. Camo will be coming up here in 15 seconds, and Complexity are going to try and look to create some space car side of the map. Collect on a pink flank, gets sniffed out, and this is a massive 1v1. Collect wins the 1v1 on the Lucid. He stays alive, and now all of a sudden Complexity, you think, might have an opportunity to create some space and get that camo, but it's actually out the gaming to pick up a few kills themselves off screen, and with it, that camouflage is going to be theirs for the taking.
But wisely fighting out these players on Car side before just turning their backs and grabbing this camo. They realize they have to win the fight before they get the prize, and win the fight they do not. Gets taken out, Lucid gets taken out, and this brawl over at the Dino Grenades goes heavily in the favor of Complexity, despite the positioning disadvantage.
Yeah, Lucid gets that camo and actually opts to try and combat the players that are at Car. Unfortunately, there's just too much firepower on the side of Complexity. Because of it, Lucid actually burns the camo. He could have chosen to stay alive and not fight that, but he felt pressed to try and capitalize. Now, is that the mistake they're going to be kicking themselves for? Because Monster, Tuss, Collect, pick up 3 kills, push this lead to 7. They need 4 to go, Dave.
Yep, and with these block spawns over here, you know these members are going to be spawning all the way across the map. So I like how OpTic decided to push outside of blue base, but you have to wonder which way are they headed. They've met some resistance over at Pink. They're not comfortable charging over there just yet. And if they do, there are 2 members here top Pink. So we're going to see how Monster and crew react to this.
Push is coming in. Lucid gets caught off guard front the base. Collect gets the kill. 2 get traded back, but immediately Cycle picks up potentially the biggest kill so far in this series. Eyes set on the prize and set on Formal. He gets taken down. Cycle with the aggressive push will not allow him to get away, and Complexity will beat OpTic Gaming again in game 5 to knock OpTic Gaming from the tournament, and Complexity will move on in the elimination bracket.
This is unreal. Complexity just shocking all these top rosters. We used to say